Hi, this is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Today, I'm going to announce the winners of my 600 subscriber giveaway. I had 40 people enter, and they made up their all-time, put down their all-time team from 1950 to the present. So I kind of totaled up everyone's opinion, and this is what I came up with, and also give you kind of my opinion on the all-time 1950 to the present team. And then I'll do the drawing for the 5 different items I'm going to give away. So first off, for catcher, most people picked Johnny Bench as their catcher by a wide margin, and I also have Johnny Bench as my all-time catcher. Now, first base, most people had Albert Pujols as their all-time first baseman. I have the underrated Stan the Man Musial as my all-time first baseman. Second base by a landslide was Joe Morgan. I also have Joe Morgan as my all-time second baseman. Shortstop, most people, well, there's a kind of a wide variety. Some people had Ripken, some people had Jeter, some people had A-Rod, but most people had Ripken as their all-time shortstop. I'm going to have to hold my nose here because I really don't like him, but it's A-Rod as my all-time shortstop. Again, from 1950 on. Now, third base, some people had George Brett, but most had Mike Schmidt as their all-time third baseman. And here's my blank front of Mike Schmidt. And I showed in an earlier video, and there's the back, what it looks like. I still get a kick out of this, being a blank front of Mike Schmidt. Now, left field, some had Ted Williams, Ricky Henderson, but most had Barry Bonds. I have Barry Bonds as my all-time left fielder. Center field, Mays. I have Mays. Right field was pretty close, but Hank Aaron ended up winning. But I have Roberto Clemente as my all-time right fielder. Now, pitcher was all over the map. You had Nolan Ryan, Bob Gibson, Pedro Martinez, Tom Seaver. Everyone seemed like a different pitcher, but the one that ended up with the most votes was Nolan Ryan as their all-time pitcher from 1950 on. And I kind of took a different path. I would probably Pedro Martinez or Seaver, but my favorite pitcher, because he helped us win 3 World Series, I've never seen a pitcher with this kind of wicked stuff, and that's the freak Tim Lincecum. Whoops, that's his back here. Tim Lincecum as my all-time favorite pitcher. I once saw him in my area in the Bay Area, where I live in San Jose. We have the Single A Giants, the minor league team for the Giants. I saw him. They have what's called a beer batter. And if you strike out the beer batter, beer's half price. So Lincecum looks like he's like 15 years old, weighs about 140 pounds. He's throwing heat of 98 miles an hour with a wicked changeup and strikes out this poor guy 3 different times in the game. And I just knew from then on, this guy is just going to be something, and he was for a few years there. So Tim Lincecum is my all-time pitcher. And these are kind of cool. This is Just Rookies, an autograph of his. So the all-time team from YouTubers to mine. Now for the giveaway. So I got my trusty 49er hat here. Hopefully we're going to have a season coming up here. So what I'm going to give away first off is the B18 Tissaro here. And somebody asked me what's the purpose of these? They were cloth. What did people do with them when they collected them? What some people would do is they would sew them together and make like a pillowcase out of it. And I think one of these somewhere here I have where you can see the sewing marks. So they could make a sewing case, a throw, a blanket out of them. That was, I think, the purpose of them. So anyway, the first one is the Tissaro here. And I got my trusty hat with the 40 names in it. And Tissaro is going to go to 4 Leaf Cards is going to get the Tissaro. Got my hat for second place is going to be Tyler. Another B18. And it's going to be Pack Busters. Pack Busters gets to Tyler. Now for the Baker. And Baker is going to go to Wade Boggs fan. And guess who he picked as his all-time third baseman? Wade Boggs. So Wade Boggs fan gets the Tyler. I'm sorry, the Baker. It's getting late. Now for the 2 masks I said I was going to give away. Let's see here. So again, this is what they look like. They're really cool. I've been wearing them the past. Basically, I'm back to work now. I told you 3 months ago that I was out of my job, my work. I own a business. Now I just started, so I got my trusty baseball mask here. So for the mask, the first mask is going to go to, I have 2 of them. If I can open up the piece of paper here, it's going to go to Back to the Cardboard. Back to the Cardboard gets one of the masks. And for the last mask, Topps Vintage gets the last mask. So thanks everyone for participating. I did get a big kick out of reading everyone's all-time team. And everyone did a real good job. There was some people picked, their like Wade Boggs, and some other picked, their favorite parts, just like I did, pick Tim Lincecum. But it was a good time reading everyone's comments. So thanks again for watching. This is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Bye.